In what feels like only a moment, Waterdeep and the whole of Faerun is now behind you. Find yourself alongside your companion, Pavilia, in a completely foreign world. You agreed to accompany her either out of a need to provide safety or to sate your own curiosity about the mystery laid before you. Khan Nixtalon, known to the rest of Faerun as having died at the edge of the universe fighting some unknown threat, whom you only recently learned of their fate, is now suspected to be alive. Pavilia is determined to bring them home, but many questions stir in your mind as you get your footing in the soft sands of a vast desert. Got a little loud. Off in the near distance, you can make out what looks to be a towering wall spanning the entire length of the horizon. The further and further you look, you continue to see its vastness until it disappears off either end of your vision. Val taps you on the shoulder and directs your attention behind them, her voice gently waiting through your head. There's a lot of wagons coming this way.
I would like to know where we currently are. Are we just out in a field of desert?
Yes, you are currently out in the middle of the desert. There is not... Sorry, it's still loud. There's not a whole lot around you at the moment. You can see this massive wall very far away from you, and now that Val's brought your attention to it, there are what looks to be many wagons heading your direction. They're probably about 200 feet off.
I will tell Pavilia.
But
We'll have
as you can tell from this part of the map, where I'm pinging, this is where you are technically currently located.
I will tell Pavilia. We'll get out of their way. I'll try to flag them down. We're better off in a caravan than in this desert.
Approaching your path, you see the objects breaking into sight. Many wagons indeed. More than you've ever seen in your time in Faerun. You've ridden in a carriage once or twice while with your stay in Waterdeep, but these are like mobile houses, easily 2 or 3 times bigger than wagons you've seen. Hundreds have broken into sight now, with more trailing behind, their pace not as quick as you expected, likely as a result of keeping so many wagons so close together. Before long, the caravan starts to pass you by, and you take note of what you see. At the front, you could almost swear looked like a home on wheels passed by, elevated enough off the ground that the wheels could carry and turn it with ease. You do take note that the driver's seat is a gray-furred wolf, wearing a blue vest with black boots and an orange cape. He is directing the draft horses in front of him while munching on what looks to be a peach. When you catch his attention, he clumsily pulls the fruit from his mouth and offers an improvised wave in greeting before he pulls just out of sight. You are now in the midst of the caravan, wagons on all sides of you of various shapes and sizes, some of them being commanded by many different humanoids. Strangely enough, all of them are animals of some variety. You see cats and rats, dogs and donkeys. You even notice a scaled draconic-looking figure on one. But before you can get a better look, the wagon passes on by, and you hear a voice coming up from behind you that isn't Val's. Hey there, strangers. You seem a bit lost.
I don't have to pay to join along, do I? I don't have a wagon.
Standing behind you and Val is a large Urson woman in blue and orange chainmail with a mace in one hand. She got a lot closer to you than you first realized.
Probably got close because of all the noise. I didn't hear her.
And I am going to go ahead and show you who you're looking at.
Oh my goodness. I think I know who this is. I haven't read the book lately. I just got it physically.
The Urson woman currently looking you and Val over. Well, you don't have to pay to mingle along Litfield, but we didn't see you on our initial scouts. So, where did you come from?
Elsewhere is the best I can say, but I think it's important that we at least go somewhere safe. I'm not meant for the desert. As I shake and ruffle my black glamorized stud leather, which is unbearable for a black-furred goat in a desert.
Well, she made a horrible insight on your comment of elsewhere. Well, you seem well armed, but not well dressed for this environment. So, we'll be keeping an eye on you, but for the most part, try to not stir up any trouble while you're here. The defenders will be all over you before you can blink.
I look over to Pavilia, and I speak out loud, jokingly, promise to behave.
Val, looking between you and Sabine, takes a moment and nods, and you get the feeling that as long as Val can see you directly speaking, she might be able to read your lips and understand what you're saying.
My name is Baldwin. This is my goddaughter, Pavilia.
Sabine tilts her head for a moment and looks between you two. Your goddaughter's a dragon. Very curious. I bet there's an entire tale behind that.
Oh, I'll find the words for it. It's been some time. It's mostly a heartwarming one, but it gets scary in some parts.
Though I do have to admit, I don't think I've ever seen an ovine like you before. You've got interesting horns.
Oh. Yeah, I was born special, according to my mom.
Well, enough of this, grilling you two. As Sabine, finishes, oh, I should also mention, my absolute worst manners. I'm the head defender, Sabine. I am in charge of protecting Litfield, our caravan here.
Wait, you named your caravan Litfield? It sounds like a town's name.
Well, we are a town of 500 wagons to be exact.
Where are you going?
All over the Beast World. We're currently heading back to Elements right now. We're on our yearly journey across the world.
You're nomads.
It's a good way to put it. while you two are having this conversation, another defender dressed in similar blue and orange chainmail approaches up behind Sabine, almost like 2 feet taller than her. What catches you off guard is they're very equine based. Strange to see a horse standing upright in armor.
For a moment, Baldwin just peer around expecting that he is being a centaur, and then realizes there isn't the back body.
The defender comes up and quickly grabs Sabine's shoulder. Head defender, we had recent reports that there is a large group of monsters just off in the distance. We need to pull aside to deal with them. Sabine just kind of gives off a very loud, obnoxious sigh. I'll let the chief know that he can stop the caravan. We'll get settled into place here for now. She takes a moment and looks back to you and Val. Well, I guess you're going to have a much better time getting to know Litfield once we get set up here. Though, it should be noted that there are monsters nearby, so try not to wander too far, unless you really think you can take care of yourself.
Baldwin will smirk. Years ago, I have had experience as a monster hunter before I settled down and had some kids.
Well then you should be plenty experienced on your own. You kind of carry the swagger of a delver.
Baldwin knows, like, he has to try not to ask things and try to play along. And just because he knows he's from another planet. Thank you.
Putting that 17 intelligence to use.
Smart boy. Strong boy.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get the chief. Just mind your step. Some of the wagons have to make room as they set up. And her and the other equine defender head off. As they leave, it takes a few moments. The caravan, you notice, it's not moving at a super fast pace. It's going about 2 miles an hour, if you could estimate. This seems to be, from what you could tell, their average moving speed. It takes them, quite literally, a year to cover the Beast World. After a few minutes, easily being able to keep pace with the caravan, the head wagon, the wagons next to it, the wagons behind it, and slowly the rest of the caravan pull to a halt. You notice that some of the wagons start spreading out, and like Sabine said, some of them start to, in a way, transform. Several of them pull out small patios, some of them lock into place. Others open up shutters and create small shops. And just in the matter of about 15 minutes, you watch as wagon after wagon essentially transforms and plants itself like it is now a home. And they were not kidding. This is more than a caravan. This is an entire town.
Going to keep close to Pavilia and speak to her directly. Stay close to me. I know this is quite different and quite amazing, but it's easy to get lost.
Well, do my best. If we get into conversations with anyone, I'm going to try to keep you and whoever we're talking to in eyesight. I can read lips, but only so well. If there's a lot of noise, it'll be hard for me to actually pinpoint what's happening.
Just stay in sight. And Baldwin's gonna go further into the caravan to try to like get himself adjusted, trying to understand like where there might be food or a place to sit down, because he is brand new. He is a newborn in this world, and having survived the Feywild, he's trying to find a place to adjust himself.
All right. As you two begin walking and taking in the sights, Pavilia puts her hood up, mostly to protect her head from the sun, but also just kind of give her a bit lower of a profile. She stays very close to you as you start exploring this caravan city that has set out before you. Give me, let's see, either investigation or perception, your choice.
I have a +8 investigation, so I'm going for that. That's an 11.
Okay, could be worse. You don't immediately get lost in the caravan. You start searching around and hope to possibly find something to eat, because you're just now remembering that you landed in Waterdeep probably less than an hour ago, and now you're in a completely different world, and you haven't had shit to eat. So you're actually getting a little hungry now. Looking around though, it is difficult to figure out what areas are selling food at the moment, because there are way more shops than you anticipated. One of the first wagons that catches your eye is a mint green wagon with a single window. It seems different in that it is a lot simpler in design compared to the rest of the wagons. The single window is odd, given that most of the other wagons have multiple windows to peer out of. You also notice that, compared to the rest of the wagons, it hasn't done anything in particular since this stopped.
Just an ordinary wagon.
Very unusual. Go ahead and give me another investigation check.
See, I was bad at the combat rolls in Waterdeep. Now I'm bad in the skill rolls in this one.
Alright. Okay, more searching around. 15 minutes later, and no immediate sign of food. You're starting to wonder if maybe there's a pattern to how this convoy is laid out. What does catch your eye is a very massive wagon that does not have any kind of horse or animal pulling it from the front. It seems to be self-driving. There is what looks to be a large forge in the front. You can see some of the heat that it's producing, which seems to be very intense in this current desert environment. There's a small crowd gathered nearby, a lot of them dressed in strange outfits to what you're normally accustomed to. Some of them are wearing dusty aprons, almost like butchers would, except their aprons aren't covered in like blood or meat or anything like that. They're like covered in dust and soot and oil and grease.
Like the smith shop back home.
Give me a perception check.
Watch me beef this. Bones could be wandering for a while. Baldwin is a lost soul.
You are, man.
10 years, family life, completely gone soft.
This is sensory overload to you right now. You're seeing so many people. Now that time has passed and several of the wagons have set up, you're seeing people of all kinds walking around you. There's more than just horses and bears and wolves. You also see rabbits, you see squirrels, you see possum folk, you see raccoons, even vulpin, which catch your eye almost immediately.
Take a notice, but having been familiar with Desens of Everden, shouldn't be too surprised, but Baldwin will notice like there's no dwarves, elves. It will catch up to him, and he thinks like this is just pure animal here.
You will have noticed at some point in these last 20 or so minutes, you have seen some humans. They're oddly the ones who stand out the most and catch your attention more easily compared to everyone else you're seeing.
I think Baldwin right now is just going to ask someone about like what's a good place to eat right now. Like, what's the like? He imagined there's got to be some sort of food service or tavern.
All right. Just give me a basic charisma check.
Ah, flat.
Oh, that's right. Oh, there we go.
See? I'm magnificent.
Alright, your social skills are not as rusty. You flag down the first person, another Urson woman, with 3 smaller cubs following her. You immediately ask, where's the nearest place to get some grub? And she looks you over, seems to make an assumption about you just based off your appearance without saying anything. But offers a pretty warm smile and says, you look like you need to head over to Holly's. It's the big orange wagon. You can't miss it. There's always a crowd there.
Thank you for that. Go look around, making sure Pavilia's in sight. And
Pavilia has been attached to you like your own shadow.
Yeah. You know, she's number one priority right now. He could miss food for a bit as long as she's around. He's going to head over to Holly's.
All right. Make an investigation check at advantage this time.
Is it hold control or hold alt?
I believe it was control. You can also just click it and roll advantage.
Oh, good. So I accidentally rolled disadvantage, but it rolled both die. So +8, that's 26. So it's the high die.
There we go. Okay. 26. She wasn't kidding. It's pretty hard to miss. There is a crowd of people. A lot of them are dressed in gear, adventuring gear, it looks like. So you think the assumption she made is that you probably belong with these kind of people. And you start to get closer. Val clings to you definitely like your shadow at this point, because there you are almost shoulder to shoulder with all sorts of what looks to be adventurers in this world.
Getting some old nostalgia.
I'm going to load the next map.
Hooray! Man. I hope this means this balances out and that I get great in the combat rolls.
Alright, activating scene. Let me know if you have vision problems.
I am in the void.
Of course. Typical satyr. Alright, let me fix your token. Like, we're not going to have this issue again, but no, I guess we are.
I did so much during Heckna.
Yeah, your fucking normal vision is just blind. Okay.
Hooray!
There we go. And I gotta change the music track now.
It feels so good to be Baldwin again.
Uh-oh. It's not supposed to do that. Why is it only 3 seconds? I literally played this a second ago and it was fine.
Such is the woe.
Select a different track and then update it again. Okay, I'm gonna just straight up delete that and re-add it since it's gonna do that.
There are no worries. This is just trial by fire. There we go.
Is it? Nope.
Yep. I hear it.
Is it going more than 3 seconds?
It's just going.
On my end, it is playing 3 seconds and then looping back again.
Oh, it's failing the load. That's a first.
There it goes. Okay. Yep, quick refresh fixed it. I imagine I'm gonna be doing that a lot. Alright, just gotta pop my sheet out again. Alright. So, yes, you've managed to make your way up to the entrance, which takes you a second to kind of like take in, because you know that this is a wagon, but for some reason this patio that is attached to it is just as big, if not bigger, than the wagon. And you can see through some of the windows from here, and you also realize that the inside is pretty big. It's weird. The space isn't adding up.
Yeah, Baldwin's like realizing this is like a portable house, and that's just so far-fetched to him.
You are free to move. Val will try to cling to you. You notice many different figures here, all of them dressed like adventurers of some kinds. Each of them have either weapons, swords, shields, armor. Some of them have spell books. Some of them have bags of all sorts of goods just splayed out on the table in front of them. You do notice a table to your immediate left is filled with several other individuals wearing that same blue and orange chainmail armor, and you get the feeling that maybe these are the people who protect the caravan.
It's one hell of adventurers guild. I'm gonna keep going. Oh god, there's even more. Yeah, Boland's realizing, like, this feels like a whole building. Because he used to be in the Yawning Portal. This would be like the Yawning Portal had wheels. I'm gonna open the door. Oh my god, this is
You step inside, and that weird sensation that you were seeing through the nearby windows, it kind of hits you as you step through the door, and you realize the interior of this wagon is twice the size of the actual wagon, which immediately doesn't make any sense. There's more space in here than could actually fit in a wagon. This is not a wagon. This is a building.
Baldwin is immediately assuming some kind of arcana, like he's probably not smart enough to know, like,
You can make an arcana check if you like.
Yeah, he wants to know, like, what kind of magic is this? Because, like, there's some sort of conjuration. Ooh, that's a 26.
This is very good. You get the feeling that there is definitely magic involved with this, because just logically, this doesn't make any sense. But looking around, you can tell that the space in here seems to have been, like, pushed out. You could tell that the walls are actually the walls of the wagon. They've been moved somehow. You don't quite understand what magic is at play, but there's definitely magic involved.
Baldwin's more willing to believe magic explains something than, like, the engineering mechanics of it. But he will keep going and head to the bar. Question, how do you adjust a... it's close enough. Uh-oh.
It is ship drag.
Thank you.
You managed to find some seats up at the bar, and the barkeep is a older wolf woman with a pretty general mottled brown fur and long hair and a ponytail that kind of comes up over her chest, and she is busily running around behind the counter at the moment. You could either try to flag her attention, or you could take a look around for a moment and just assume she'll get to you.
I'm gonna wave to her.
Alright. She takes a moment as she's passing by. I'll be right with you. Just give me a second. She immediately runs over to the far end, grabs a bottle off the shelf. You notice that this back shelf is littered with bottles. It's kind of staggering. You don't even know if the Trollskull Manor back in Waterdeep had this much alcohol. But given the amount of patrons they have, it's probably not even overkill. After a little bit, she does come back up to you and is like, okay, what can I get for you and your friend?
Just whatever's the special of the day. Nothing big.
I have to grab the physical book.
I'm
I totally forgot I needed that.
hearing... Oh god, I lost the menu.
I thought I had it imported, but let's see here.
See, Bone's not gonna say, like, yeah, I'm gonna have, like, a mushroom watercress sandwich. You're like, what's a mushroom? He's trying to just play it cool.
Okay, and you asked what was the special?
Yeah.
Okay. She slightly chuckles at you and says, "You must be new here. I don't recognize you, and I know all the Delvers here. Our special is, as always, meat and potatoes."
That's perfect for me. For the both of us.
Alright, one order of meat and potatoes for you and your friend. Can I get a name?
Baldwin.
Val takes a moment, having more or less just spent her time looking around while you were talking, but does take notice that Holly is focused on her. Pavilia. Alright, I will get those in. Would you like anything to drink?
What time is it?
It's about, I want to say 2 to 3 in the afternoon.
Time for spirits.
Spirits?
Whatever spirits they got.
Alright. Alright, we will have that right out to you. She heads over to a waiter who seems to be bearing food out to various tables and lets them know your order, and you watch as they head off towards this back room over here, and steps behind the curtain and disappears for a minute. Go ahead and give me perception check, just to kind of scope out the place.
18.
Nice. Alright, getting a good look around, you've taken note that the word Delver has been used a lot, and you kind of get the idea that these individuals you see have formed groups. You've noticed that a lot of them kind of stick together in general areas, and even when some of them move around, they move in pairs. Whatever Delver means, it seems to be associated with whatever task these adventurers all seem to be in unison for. Whatever that task is, it seems to be laborious, as many of them are very well decked out in gear. Some of them, and as you notice, have magic items. Some of the magic items are strange to you, but some of them oddly look familiar. You notice some wands, some rings. Nothing that looks like a ring of invisibility. Nothing like yours, at least. But you do notice that there are some familiar and unfamiliar magic items laid about upon some tables. After about another 5 minutes or so, the waitress comes back out from behind the veil and immediately walks over towards where your table is and dips up 2 quick plates, and a full bottle of spirits is just set out for you. And without even so much as a word, immediately just takes off again. They seem very busy.
And I got my drinks, just the drinks.
You got the food and the drinks.
All right. Just going to help myself to the meat and potatoes.
Val takes a look at the meal set out and is like, is this normal?
I'm trying the meat.
All right. It tastes like steak, which is kind of awkward because you have seen some bovine adventurers walking around the tavern as well.
Going to whisper to her, tastes like beef. Don't know where it comes from, but it's beef.
There's something funny to me about Baldwin leaning over and whispering to a deaf person.
Lips.
I know it's the lips, but it's still funny that, the concept of lowering your tone when she can't even hear it to begin with.
Don't want to make it awkward to the wolf patron.
Anyways, she starts with the potatoes and just kind of munches away at it and seems to focus heavily on the potatoes. She is enjoying them greatly. And even while she's eating, she is talking to you through your head, of course. This is kind of like Dawn's cooking. She used to make most of the meals for me.
I used to just hunt before I went to live in Troskull Alley. I haven't gotten around to learning to cook.
That's okay. Dad hasn't either. He's always wrapped up in a book these days.
I just hired a cook for me and my family. Makes it simpler.
I heard you, Gilead, and Anna made off with a fortune. Each
We
of
did.
you?
We lived in Baldur's Gate, and I have 2 kids now, adopted. My dwarf son Darsok and my half-elf daughter, Callan.
Interesting. I'm kind of, I'm a little worried. Dad doesn't know we're here, obviously. He also doesn't know that we had this, and she kind of casually glances towards her bag where inside it is that very unsettling stone that you have been all too familiar with.
Is it possible for you to just whisk us back to Waterdeep?
I should be able to. It seems to work as long as I focus on the location,
Oh, good.
which is why it put us here, I believe, because this is where I think I saw Khan.
Oh. That gives me an idea. I'm gonna flag down the wolf patron again.
Okay. Holly immediately comes back over. Yes, is the food to your liking?
Yes, we're looking for a friend, a black and bit of red dragon with dreads. Usually carries a bow. Anyone fit that description?
There are there are not many dragons in Litfield, and you said that they were black?
That's right. Like me.
Well, I think there's only one black dragon in Litfield, so
I'm immediately eyeing her with a smile.
you must be talking about Canixian.
Baldwin will blink. What does Camixian do?
Oh, they operate and sell coffee. They've got a whole wagon business. They're a bit further down the road.
Oh, thank you. And I'm just gonna speak. I can just immediately just speak telepathically with Pavilia anytime.
Yeah, if you think hard enough about it, she's basically just in your head at this point.
It's possible that Khan has set up another identity, but I just want to make sure. It's just one person. Just to make sure.
Well, I guess we can check out this coffee shop. Kind of a strange getup to hide in. Uncle normally isn't. I've never seen him drink coffee.
Well, how long has he been gone?
It's been a decade.
He's probably trying to find a new living.
I wonder how he got stuck here.
You mean you don't know?
No, I just all I did was when I was messing with the stone, I saw him. It was only for a brief moment, but I'm absolutely certain it was him.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to look, but we have no idea what this world's like. There could be hundreds, thousands like him.
She said he was the only black dragon here?
We'll take a look after we eat.
Okay. And she returns back to the meal. A little bit of time passes. You take your time. It doesn't seem like this caravan is in any rush to leave, and the amount of people coming in and out of the bar does not seem to grow or lessen. After a bit, Holly does swing by and picks up the plates to set behind the counter, And she looks over to Val and says, "You look strikingly familiar. You're not related to the doctor any, are you?" She takes a moment and kind of looks over and just kind of shakes her head.
No, Pavilia's my godfather. There could be similarities. I mean, how many, he's trying to remember the word, black ovines have you seen around?
Well, I've not seen many at all. Very few. Actually, now that I think about it, none that look like you. You were definitely unique. Quite the black sheep.
Baldwin's going to let out a little laugh and start to drink.
She chuckles and looks back towards Pavilia again. Are you sure you're not related? You are like the spitting image of Dr. Escugra. You
immediately
will pick up that name instantly.
I was drinking.
Are you trying to hold your drink in?
I'm trying not to choke.
Yes, con save.
12?
12 is just enough. You manage to keep yourself from just spitting this drink all over the bar, and thankfully not all over Holly. It takes you a second, and you manage to force it down, but man, that's gonna burn for a bit.
Yeah, Baldwin is teary-eyed. Where is Dr. Escuga?
He made his way over to here, actually, as soon as the caravan set up. He had to resume his talk with Silas upstairs.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know Dr. Escuga?
It's a name I've heard of before. Baldwin's trying to, process this and is, mentally speaking to Pavilia. There's no way your dad has been sneaking off to this world. This is too strange.
She thinks Father's here? How's that possible?
Maybe it's just a similar name. I don't know.
Holly looks between you two, noticing a small bit of silence. Well, if you need to chat with them, they are upstairs. Silas is usually pretty welcoming about guests. Pavilia looks over to you, having read Holly's lips. Maybe you could take a glance. If he's actually here, I don't want to be caught. I'll get in so much trouble.
It's fine. I'll lie something down. I fell here. I fell through a wall before.
She nods and kind of takes a little bit of sip from the spirits and just kind of makes a face. You can tell she has not had alcohol before.
Just going to think to her, swallow it quick, don't hold it. It hurts more if you do that.
Why do people enjoy this stuff? It's awful.
Because of what happens after. And I'm going to start getting up from my stool, heading up towards the stairs, really thinking to himself, what's going on? What's going on? And it has been a while since he has seen Sven. Yeah, he's going to turn over, head up the stairs, and just stop.
You head upstairs and you see two figures lounging on a couch, opposite ends of each other, 5 feet apart because they might be gay. You see a very handsome-looking rat individual, grayish white fur, with pretty messy white hair, dressed in lots of roguish brown leathers with a light cape still strapped to his back. There seems to be a sword laying on a nearby table. He is currently holding several individual letters and is cycling through them at the moment. Sitting next to him is the spitting image of none other than Sphinx, who you have been familiar with. You haven't seen him dressed like this before. He has a very business casual like outfit on. Just very tight slacks, a white button-up shirt with a blue vest and a blue tie, and strangely enough, reading glasses, which you've never seen him wear before. The two of them are deep in conversation. Sphinx seems to be holding a map of some kind and is conveying with Silas between the map and the notes. And as you reach the top, they both stop and look up to you. Ah, yes, hello? Something we can help you with? This is Spec speaking.
Baldwin's gonna stare at Svek, expecting him to react or say anything, because Svek and Baldwin have gone long back, and
Give me an insight.
Baldwin, yeah, he's gonna figure it out, because Baldwin's one of a kind. He should stand out. Natural 20.
Natural 20. Reading Spec's immediate reaction to you is that he has no immediate reaction. After asking you what he can help you with, he just seems to be sitting there waiting for a response. He does not recognize you at all.
Baldwin's gonna say one thing. Does the name Baldwin Thorn ring a bell?
Both the individuals kind of look to each other for a moment, shrug their shoulders, and look back, and no, should it?
Oh, sorry, I think this is the wrong room, and he's going to awkwardly make his way down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how do you return to the bar?
He's gonna sit back and he's jitter right now, and he's blinking. This is so bizarre to him.
This is whiplash.
It's so weird. He's going to think to Pavilia. I don't know how to explain this. He looks like your dad, but I don't think that's your dad. Not like a doppelganger. I think because he didn't recognize me, and your dad and I have gone way back. I thought he would get up and say hello, shake my hand, or... He did not recognize me. And when was the last time you've seen your father?
This morning, when I snuck out.
This is not your father. I don't know how to explain it.
You said he looked just like him. Are you certain?
White scales like you, dressed, although a bit fancier. Does your father have glasses now?
He does, actually. He spends all of his time reading various tomes and scrolls and such.
Yeah, he was reading maps with a rat man. I don't know how to explain. I don't.
And you're certain it's not him.
I know your father likes to play tricks on me, but I know better than him. That is not your father.
See, Val is just kind of getting a little antsy in the stool at the moment. Just kind of like looking between you and the stairs and is like, I want to see.
Yep. Don't. If you look like his daughter, it's going to get awkward. He's going to confuse you with... Baldwin is having, like, stops and is now shuts off the thought talk and thinks to himself, like, is there another me out there? Is there... and immediately will flag over Holly and say, fill my glass, please.
Oh, certainly. Do you want more spirits, or do you want something harder?
Please, spirits, just spirits.
She chuckles, seemingly kind of like taking in that you're experiencing something. Doesn't question it, grabs another bottle from behind the counter, and fills your glass on request.
I'm going to thank her and just quickly down it.
You came downstairs pretty quick. Did you find him?
I think I confused him for someone else.
Well, there are not many silver dragons in Litfield either. There's a couple.
I mean, there's more than just Litfield, right?
I mean, yes. I don't quite understand the question.
See another town once in a while. How much do I owe you?
For the 2 meals and the extra bottle of spirits, 5 silver coins.
So here's the very funny thing. Baldwin doesn't have money.
You didn't take any fucking money with you? Are you serious?
No.
This motherfucker over here, with a shared allowance between your spouses, have 75,000 gold. And you brought fucking nothing to Waterdeep.
It was a friendly meet. Usually when you visit someone, they treat you.
Yes, but you also take money in case of an emergency.
Like what?
Well, like this.
I'm going to think quickly to Pavilia. Can you cover it? I forgot to bring coin.
Oh, I'm very lucky that Father gives me an allowance. And she kind of like digs through a coin purse and sets out 5 silver. Holly picks it up, kind of gives it a glance for a moment, noticing that it looks different, but doesn't fully question it and pockets it.
Thank you for your time. Baldwin's gonna get up and is going to immediately start moving out.
Val will look at the drink like she's gonna try to take another sip, and just kind of sets the bottle back down and follows you.
Baldwin is going to just think to her, all right, we find Khan and we just leave. Unless it's not Khan. It might be just another black dragon, but they wouldn't...
It doesn't make sense, though. I saw him. I know he's here. That's why the stone put us here in the path of this caravan.
All right, there's... I believe you're right. It's just, I think whatever's going on with this other Svek is just, I don't know, plainer thing. If you saw Khan, then Khan's here. If we find this coffee dragon, it's not Khan. I'm sure Khan's around. And Baldwin's going to try to find the coffee place.
Alright, ironically, you didn't get the name of the coffee place.
I just remember.
Make an investigation check for me.
Well, I'm smart. Yeah, 23.
Hey, there we go. Well, they did mention that they're the only black dragon in Litfield, so it seems like that should be not too hard to narrow down. But then you also remember there's 500 wagons that make up this mobile town. You start looking around, and of course, find somebody to ask for directions, and they point you in the right direction. It takes you about 20 more minutes just to navigate this town that has set up shop. Eventually, you come across a kind of rustic-looking wagon that has a very small patio set out in front of it. What catches your eye immediately is that there are kobolds about. There are 3 black kobolds that are frantically running about behind the counter, serving up various drinks, which you assume to be coffee of some kind. No immediate sign of a dragon, though.
Baldwin's gonna try to remember the name of the dragon because it was a different name.
Give me a straight intelligence check.
I'm a smart boy. I can do my notes. See? Smart. 17.
You remembered that she said the name was Conixian, which sounds like con with some extra syllables on it.
All right. I'm going to. Is there a line to the counter?
There's about 2 people in front of you, so not a whole lot.
Going to wait patiently.
Val will stand next to you and then kind of look over and notice there's a menu set out, like, attached to the side of the wagon. It seems to be that they serve definitely coffee, but also tea of various kind. And you notice that Val's eyes kind of light up when she notices on the board it says that they serve boba. Ooh, I might actually order something here.
And by all means.
You also just give me another perception check for me.
Yeah, Bone's like eyeing anyone coming by. That's a solid 10.
Alright. Nobody individually of interest stands out to you, but you take over note of the kobolds, who seem to almost exist in a constant state of panic, just running about behind the counter, between brewing coffee, making tea, and taking orders and serving drinks. They're doing a lot. It seems to be that they run most of the shop. After a second or two, you do notice a larger figure steps up to the counter, and you see what at first looks to be Con, but there's some features different. First and most notably, he's taller than you.
Oh, what?
He's a little over 8 feet tall.
To put in context at home, Baldwin is what was the height?
You were 6 foot 6 inches, I think, right?
Yeah, 6'6", and then 6 more with horns, so that would put him at like 7'2". Oh my god!
The next most obvious thing you notice is that he has wings, like actual dragon wings. They're kind of tucked a bit closer to him, but they are very noticeable. You also can tell that some of his horn and facial structure is slightly different. It is very similar. He has the same curved horns that come closer to his face, and the same set of dreads with some jewelry in them. But you also notice that one key detail is that there's no orange coloring in his body. It just seems to be all black and gray. He steps over to the counters and just calls out in almost kind of like a dry, monotone voice, Next.
Step up and say, "Are you Carnixian?"
Yeah, that's me. Welcome to the tall, dark, and dragon.
Oh my god!
What can I get for you?
I'll get a drink in the question. Do you know someone by the name of Khan? A little shorter than you. Dreads, black dragon, some red.
He's staring at you with kind of like a dull expression on his face. You're not getting a lot of emotion seemingly out of him.
Oh my god.
You've seen Beastars, and you've seen have you seen? Yeah, you've seen Beastars. You know how Legoshi kind of stares off into space? Yeah, you're getting that look right now. And he takes a moment and is like, is this some kind of joke?
No, I'm looking for someone. I'm sorry.
Well, you kind of described me, but shorter. And,
Different name.
well, a lot of people tend to shorten my name to Khan because it's easier.
Pavilia, get what you want. And Baldwin's going to walk out of the coffee shop. He is in complete mental disbelief that there are two similar people resembling his friends in a completely different planet that he both saw within 20 minutes. He thinks the drink is hitting him like a brick.
Pavilia's taking a moment and is literally looking Khan over and is just trying to like take in his features and just see if she can understand. I'm actually gonna make her roll an insight. She has expertise, so 22. Yeah, she looks him over, takes in a lot of his structure, but also notice that some of his structure is wrong compared to the Khan she remembers growing up with. He kind of stares at her for a moment because she's literally just not saying anything, and she kind of eventually takes the social cue and is like, oh, one dragon fruit boba, please? And just kind of gives an awkward smile. Alright, I'll be 3 copper. She dishes over a full silver coin and kind of nods, and then once he steps away and places in the order, she also immediately moves over to you, and in your head is like, what the fuck is happening?
This isn't right. Where did you put us, Pavilia?
I don't know.
Is this another world? Is this a dreamscape? I don't understand. Is this world even real?
I mean, he looks just like Khan. I didn't get a full glance at him when I used the stone.
Pavilia, I'm not mad at you. I'm not. Don't worry about it. I'm just... There's someone that looks like your father. There's someone whose name is shared with Khan. I'm trying to understand if this is some sort of illusionary thing. Maybe there's something wrong with the stone.
I don't think it's an illusion. Dad usually dabbles in illusions a lot, and I don't think you can produce illusion magic to this scale. At least, I've not seen him do it.
Alright, do you think we should find somewhere, we should find an inn or something and maybe try to get home. This is kind of a mess.
I could have swore he was here. She kind of glances back towards Khan, who, in the same general facial expressions, slightly leaning on the counter. There's no other customers at the moment, but the kobolds are still panicking and running about behind the counter. He's not really paying a whole lot of attention to them. You seem to get the feeling that if this is Khan, he has done this for a long time. He is tired, which is ironic for running a coffee shop.
Such as retail.
After a second, one of the kobolds sets up a cup of tea up on the counter and just shouts out, "Dragon fruit boba!"
Pavilia, what did you just buy?
Tea. And she gives you a very kind of like mischievous grin and immediately skips over it and snatches it up. And you can tell that this tea is weird. It's got stuff sitting in the bottom of the cup.
I don't think it's been stirred properly. There's stuff down there.
Oh no, that's part of it. Do you want to try? She kind of holds it out to you.
Going to lean and sip.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Going to be completely destroyed by a boba.
We're gonna see how your first boba experience is.
Oh!
Not well. You get one of those boba beads immediately straight up the straw and into your mouth. And it catches you so off guard, you spit it out on reflex.
Yeah, this is a thing I have. If I don't know what the food is, my brain cannot process it if I'm not told ahead. Is that a grape?
No, it's boba. She kind of like takes it back, kind of watching your very exaggerated response, having something suddenly just be sucked into your mouth.
You can have it. He's going to like find a place to stand and like try to readjust his brain right now.
Your brain is just melting from literally just this weird drink to these weird individuals, this weird place. Everything here is weird. The only thing that doesn't seem weird to Val is her drink. She's just now sitting on the steps with you, just drinking.
All right. I think the best thing we can do is we should find an inn, pay for a room, and you use that stone to get us back to Waterdeep.
I guess so.
It's that I'm not mad at you again. I'm impressed that you could do something like this. And how do you know that? What made you so certain that Khan was alive?
Well, and she just kind of like wide arm gestures to the wagon behind her. That's pretty convincing.
Yeah. I'm just...
Like I said, when I first used the stone, I didn't really know what I was doing. But I caught a glimpse of him. And he looked so much like him. I just assumed it was him.
I don't know what this place is, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the fact I see someone that looks like your father, who I know personally. It'd be one thing if this was the wrong Khan, but... And there's someone else that looks like you. Are you sure this isn't the Feywild?
Pretty sure? Give me an insight check.
Yeah. 11.
Well, she's not being deceptive, but you get the feeling she doesn't know what the Feywild is.
This might be a Feywild thing, although this could be far from home. So, There are.
You
There
said
could be
this person that looked like Dad looked like Dad, though, because,
Yes.
well, this Khan doesn't completely look like him. He's got wings, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm just uncertain about the dad thing. I don't know. You shouldn't see him.
Does Dad have wings?
No. I don't know.
I wonder
This
why.
is.
That's weird.
Then again, I don't see. Maybe this isn't the film. I haven't seen like talking animals in armor like this. And I thought someone would clue in. No fairies, no other satyrs, no sprites.
Is
I
that
don't know.
normally something you would see?
It would be a lot more colorful too. You don't see.
Yeah, this is, from everything that you've been here, this is a pretty arid desert.
Yeah, Baldwin's like past the Feywild is like pretty colorful forest and also pretty and colorful like northern snowlands. I don't know where this is, but maybe we should get back home.
I guess you're right. While you two are having this conversation, you notice that some more of those defenders happen to be moving by. And you pick out Sabine again. She's actually walking your direction. There you two are. I was hoping to run into you again.
Is there need of something?
Well, I was wandering around trying to find you, because you two look like you're cut above your average delvers, and we could do a favor if you've got the time.
We do. All the time in the world.
Ah, good. Well, we're trying to get some of the delving crews to split off and drive these monsters a bit further into the waste. That way the caravan can pick up and start moving again. Problem is, we don't have enough defenders to help assist some of the delvers, and some of our more fledgling crews are eager to get out there into some of the action. Do you think you could supervise? I know babysitting's not exactly a glamorous job, but we'll pay you for it.
I could just teach him a thing or two. I've hunted monsters in the past.
That's the kind of confidence we like to hear.
I fought a beholder once.
Oh? What's that?
Oh, it's imagine a giant angry eyeball with more eyeballs.
That sounds like something the dungeon would make.
The what? What do you mean make?
Well, the dungeon, the thing that makes all the monsters. She's gonna insight check here.
Oh dear. Yep.
Are you a delver?
No. I'm from the Outer Lands. I live distant from the cities.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Not a lot of people besides delvers and dungeoneers know about the kind of weird monsters. Guessing something really weird must have just wandered your way.
So there's a dungeon like under A castle or under someplace?
I don't know, the dungeons, well, it's everywhere and nowhere. It's what the Dungeoneers have been trying to figure out for the last 15 years is where it comes from, because it just pops up anywhere, and then monsters inhabit it, and they sometimes spill out into the world, and we have to clean them up.
Like a planar crossing?
Maybe. Again, they've been trying to figure that shit out for years now. We just kind of deal with the mess. It's the job of every delver, clear out the dungeons, so monsters don't inhabit the world.
Baldwin is thinking and he kinda thinks he understands. He just imagines a Fey crossing, spitting out creatures to another plant, to the prime material, and then is going to think to Pavilia, before we leave, we may as well help him out.
Val gives several nods. It couldn't hurt. I haven't actually been able to, like, get into a real fight.
Just follow after me. So, this is a question to the GM.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my No, I would have had my mutagens ready because I had my...
Yeah, you've got your stuff prepared.
Okay. Wonderful. Because I can
call you blue to Waterdeep.
Yep. All right.
Sabine gives you a nod. Well, meet up with the Gold Fang crew. They'll you can take a ride in their wagon. They're gonna be the ones that you're supervising, more or less. Do go, be careful. They are a bit reckless for a bunch of fledgling delvers.
Ah, they'll learn. I'll lead by example. Alright, let's get going, Val.
Alright. She stands up and finds a place to discard her finished tea. It did not last very long. And you two make your way back through Litfield. And you notice that some of these more well-armed individuals, which you've come to learn are delvers, are getting in wagons of their own. And you notice some of them are being accompanied by blue and orange colored defenders as well. Give me another perception check with advantage.
All right, perception advantage.
Because I'm going to say that Val's helping you. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
With a 19, you move about for a bit. There's definitely a lot of people moving through the area. You do kind of get bumped here and there. As just there's a whole bunch of people moving out of the way. It looks like the caravan is getting ready to possibly move again. But one wagon in particular stands out to you, and you can tell that this is probably the one you're meant to find, as painted on the side of the wagon is a big gold tiger bearing its fangs. You see 4 individuals lounging around the wagon, seemingly waiting for somebody to show up.
I'm going to just step up and say, I'm here about the monster problem. Your friend Sabine sent me.
Standing at this wagon crew are 4 individuals. There is a wolf who is shirtless and pantsless, wearing an interesting attire, with snake tattoos scratched across his arms. And he greets you and is like, yeah, I guess you're the defender that Sabine sent over. Not seen an
Yeah.
ovine like you before.
Well, I'm from far away.
In addition to the wolf, you see a large equine woman, reddish-brown fur, heavily dressed in strangely assorted armor. It looks like armor, but it also kind of looks like part plate bikini.
Huh.
She's got a pretty big great club in her hands. You also see a rat person who takes you a second to kind of like get the gist of their figure, and you think it's a woman dressed in some more dark leathers with a weird looking mask sitting on the top of the head. And then finally, you see a very rotund and lazy-looking Urson man. Out of all of them, the Urson gets up and approaches. He is also just a bit taller than you are.
Baldwin feels very weird right now that people are taller than him.
So you're the one Sabine sent to us. Alright, well, you look like you can do good in a fight. I guess we can have you tag along. The name's Potboy, by the way. And then he gestures to the rest of his crew. The creepy one over there is Dark Witch. And then I know you've met Ultra Fist here, patting the wolf on the shoulder. And then, of course, our muscle of the group, Sex Rose.
Baldwin blinks hearing that. I'm Baldwin Thorne. This is my goddaughter, Pavilia.
Alright. I think we can take a +1 on here. Can she fight? She doesn't really look like the fighting type.
I'm going to think back to her. If you can't fight, at least just keep an eye or just keep distant.
Okay. I think I'll be good. I've dealt with thugs in Waterdeep before.
Have you dealt with monsters?
There are no monsters in Waterdeep.
I'll tell you some stories later.
And also, yes, all of these names are from the book. I did not make these up.
I was surprised at just Sex Rose, and
Yeah.
like, that. You know what? When in Rome, it's absolutely like a band crew.
Alright. Give me a quick insight check, just looking these group over.
Yeah, I'm good at that. 14.
Not bad. Yeah, you get Sabine's feeling was pretty right. These, while they do look like Delvers, at least on the outside, you can tell that they are pretty inexperienced looking.
Oh.
The wolf dude doesn't appear to have any weapons on him at all. You assume he's probably some kind of melee combatant, or maybe a spellcaster even. It's kind of hard to tell. Though he is very ill-dressed in general. The tall equine woman very clearly looks like they could probably hold their own in a fight. Haven't actually seen them act out just yet. The one they called Dark Witch, very not so subtly, probably a spellcaster. Unclear how adept. But the Urson man, Potboy, does not look like he is very experienced at all, but seems to carry around an air of confidence with her. So your overall vibe from these guys, definitely inexperienced, probably a bit cocky.
All right, what are we going to be fighting today?
Well, we've just got sightings. We don't have confirmation on what the monsters are, so we're just gonna head out to the last known location, see if we can find them. If we don't see anything, we'll just return back to the caravan.
Simple enough. All right.
Alright, you lot. Let's get in the wagon.
Just going to let Pavilia in first and then join in.
Yeah, Potboy immediately dives into the wagon. The whole thing starts to shake as he climbs in. Ultra Fist climbs up over onto the driver's seat, while the other Dark Witch climbs up onto the roof of the wagon. Sex Rose also piles in with Villia. Are you going inside, or are you going to try to ride somewhere else on the wagon?
Stay inside.
Okay. Alright, climbing inside, this wagon's got a pretty decent amount of space. Enough for you to, like, pretty easily move around. There's quite a few of you in here, but it doesn't seem to be cramped. It's definitely much bigger. It doesn't feel like the bar that you went to, which was very clearly bigger on the inside than it was on the outside. So there's probably not as much magic at play with this wagon here. Alright. Leave. We can move on to the next scene. Alright. The wagon gets up and starts to haul off, the two horses pulling it at a pretty brisk pace as you start heading off away from the caravan and more towards a rocky outcropping that kind of dips down into the sands. It looks to be a canyon of some sort. It's a bit further off in the distance, but is in the caravan's path. Give me a perception check.
Should I? I do have a mutagen.
You gonna pop Percipient?
Percipient. Yeah, going into combat now looks like a good time as ever. That helped me.
Not bad.
13.
13, you kind of glance out, sticking your head out one of the wagon windows just to get a better look in general, and there is a lot of sand here. Surprisingly, almost no wildlife or vegetation in almost any capacity. You feel like if there's monsters out here, you would very easily see them coming. And you start making your way towards this canyon when you hear a very loud shuddering sound, and your eyes catch a glimpse of a shadow passing over the wagon. Dark Witch, who is currently up on the roof, shouts, "Well, I think I see him." Make me another perception check at advantage real quick.
Uh-oh, 9.
9? That shadow definitely caught your attention. It was big. Bigger than the wagon. It drowned it out for a second, but when you look up, it's gone.
Baldwin's going to curse and is... He's thinking, he's looking at his mutagens, he's trying to pick his poisons, but he's going to hold off for now. He's going to tell Pavilia to stay in the wagon, and he's going to try to climb out to the top.
Alright. You notice that the side panel of this wagon has almost kind of like a platform for you to stand on. So you're able to climb out of the window and stand on that and reach up to grab the ledge without any problem. You make it up onto the roof of the wagon. And you see Dark Witch is currently looking up into the air and pointing towards a very large figure that is soaring across the sky. It's kind of hard to gauge how big this target is. But it is now making its way towards the wagon.
All right, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to ask, did I get a chance to recharge my mutagens between the epilogue of last campaign and now?
Yeah.
I'm downing Aether. I'm getting those wings.
Oh, boy. Alright. So, you are sprouting your wings. Go ahead and tell me, what does Aether do entirely?
So Aether gives me a flying speed of 20 feet for 1 hour, but I have disadvantage on strength checks and dexterity checks in that time.
Oh, boy. Okay. Alright, so what's your plan?
It's coming down.
It is coming towards the wagon. It is about, I want to say, maybe 300 feet away.
I'm going to get my ring of invisibility going.
All right.
And I'm going to, wait for it. And once it gets close enough, I'm going to charge the pike. I'm going to fly up and just point the pike up.
All right. Let's see. So yeah, no checks for this. You start flying up, but you also realize that you don't move as fast as this thing does. Your 20 feet of movement speed or flying speed does not get you close to enough in time, and it flies over top of you and just completely bypasses you, not even aware that you're there.
Oh.
It's going for the wagon.
I'm trying to catch up.
It starts heading towards the wagon and ends up flying low enough and hits it on the side, and it starts to shake. It backs off, and the wagon is kind of like wobbling, like one of the wheels has been knocked loose, and it is struggling from this hit. I assume you're trying to catch up to the wagon?
Yes.
Alright. It begins moving down towards the ravine, and you can hear Pavilia reaching out to you. I think we're going to try and stop over here, try to get some cover.
It's going to come back. I think it will. Just get ready.
You try to catch up to the wagon. The wagon is also moving faster than you, so it is very hard to keep pace. It eventually manages to make its way down into the ravine as the large animalistic-looking figure veered off and is still in the sky, but is keeping distance now. As if it's watching the caravan and just seeing how it's reacting to taking that hit. The caravan manages to get down into the canyon and comes to a stop, and you watch as all the delvers immediately pile out and get into sort of like a defensive formation, and Pavilia actually hops out of the wagon and joins them. It takes you another minute or two to rejoin with the group, and you notice that the flying figure is not in the air anymore. You don't see it.
I'm just watching. I'm looking. I still have Persephone active.
All right. Well. Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception check at advantage. I assume you're remaining invisible.
Yes, 19.
Alright. With a 19, you notice that there are large footprints appearing out of the sand, slowly approaching the group.
Oh shit, it's invisible?
Appears to be.
Alright, I have a thing for this. Let me check. Alright. Oh, I have to. So I know where it is. Okay. There's a thing I could do with this at level 11, but let me see the rule of it. Alright. Brand. Oh, I have to hit it. Okay. Knowing where it is, I'm going to carefully set myself still floating between me and the wagon, and I'm ready to jab it by following the footprints.
Alright. Normally it would be disadvantaged because it's invisible, but you also know where it's at, and it's not aware that you're there. So make a straight attack roll for me.
Alright. No! That's 11.
11 unfortunately misses, but is enough to catch its attention as your stealth breaks and you come out. You watch as the footprints start to take shape. And the figure fully reveals itself, and you get a better look at it, and it is a large lion-like figure with wings. And we're going to roll initiative.
Fun times ahead. I'm back. Combat like a Waterdeep.
There we go.
Ooh. Oh! That's what it is! Fuck.
Nope, not that. God
You
damn.
cannot avoid annihilation.
Nice.
I have to reset again because my music's all acting up. Also wasn't playing the correct track that I clicked on. Alright. Alrighty. Alright. Initiatives have been rolled. Start of the round. Alright. Rose here, having seen this massive creature just materialize, is gonna make her way over and try to hit it with the Great Club. Uh, 10 is going to miss. Does she have multi-attack? She does not, because they are not very high level. Alright, next in the initiative. Alright. I'll turn it down again. Okay. What are these features you got? Let's see. Pack tactics. Advantage on attack rolls against creature of at least one of the creature's allies within 5 feet. Okay. Alright, so advantage and a multi-attack. So you're gonna watch as this character runs up and starts trying to punch this large creature.
You
Oh,
cannot
no.
avoid
Natural one.
annihilation.
Another
You cannot
natural
avoid
one.
annihilation.
Oh no!
But the third attack will land. It does not seem to be very effective. He watches, this character, ends up shaking his, fist after punching. It's like, fuck, that hurt! Alright. Dark Witch is going to back off and try to cast Firebolt at it. 14 will miss, though. It's the end of her turn. Alright, Pot Boy. All he's got is a club. Alright, he is also going to try and move up and get a swing in. Surprisingly, manages to hit. Oh god. He whams this club straight into it, and this creature doesn't even react to the blow. You're getting the feeling that these individuals are not really hurting this thing. You're up.
All right, bonus action. I'm gonna stick my hand over my pike. I'm
Here
doing
we
Crimson
go!
Right. Crimson Right, baby. It's now 1d8. As I'm going to bleed all over it.
Somewhere in another universe, there's a cleric of Lathander just weeping.
Not this day. That's a 1. All right. I'm reading over my skills because it's been months since I played. Okay. I'm heading up. Okay. Here. Actually, no, I'm gonna be defensive. I'm going to attack my pike. I'm like, I can't believe I'm fighting a giant Sphinx here, but I'm gonna fight the pike. Did I roll? Something didn't come up. I'm gonna try again.
Do you have it targeted?
Oh.
Yeah, target it and it will auto roll.
Just T.
Yep. I have automated a lot of the systems for us. So you just click your attack button and it should roll it.
Okay, there we go. There we are. 19.
That'll hit.
All right, so that includes the 8 with the fire.
All right, roll the 1d8.
And then I'm going to use 9 piercing, 8 fire. Then I'm going to use, what is it called? Brand of Castigation. When I damage a creature for a weapon for which I have an active Crimson Right, I channel Hemocraft magic to sear an arcane brand on the creature. No action required. Essentially, each time the brand creature deals damage to me or a creature within 5 feet of me, they deal 1 psychic damage, now 2 because of my level. They also cannot dash. If they attempt to teleport or planar travel, they will take psychic damage and must make a wisdom save for it. So they are branded right now.
How much psychic damage? Is it just the 2?
Only if they hit me or someone within 5 feet. But yeah, it's 2 psychic.
Is it? But the planar travel one, is that also the same damage?
46 psychic damage or wisdom
46.
save.
Okay, got it.
If that ever happens. All right, I'm gonna do my second swing.
All right.
No. Whoa.
Whoa.
Is there no inspiration?
Nope.
Gotcha. At least I hit. That's when it's important. That's my turn.
All right. Bell's turn.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Because my brand of castigation, my weapon counts as magic damage. Magical weapon.
Let's see. There we go. For it being marked. I've expanded the list of status effect icons if you haven't noticed yet.
You have.
So we have things for things we didn't have before. Alright, what is Val gonna do? She's got quite the list of options. Let's see. Well, this seems like a good option. Alright, she's gonna target you. And, she's gonna cast haste on you. So you got +2 to your AC, advantage on dex saves, an additional action for another attack if you wish, and movement speed is doubled.
I need to update you on something because I made a whoopsie.
Oh?
So the brand of castigation, its damage equal to Hemocraft modifier. So that's 1d4, 1d6, 1d8. That'd be 3, but because of my brand of tethering, it doubles to 6 psychic damage. For
So if it attacks somebody other than you, it takes 6?
me or anyone within 5 feet of me.
Okay. Does that change the secondary dice effect, or is that also just the same?
Secondary? Oh no, the teleport.
Yeah.
It's always 46. But teleports or tries to leave its plane.
Just trying to keep track of what does what.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She's gonna back off, and she's gonna produce a psychic blade with her bonus action and chuck that at the Gyno Sphinx.
Not. Oh.
It would have missed either way. It looks like. No, hold on. No, that would have I don't know why it rolled disadvantage. Oh, let me see what her range is.
It's gotta be 20.
Oh, no, she would have 60 because of Psychic Blade, so yeah, no, that would have actually hit. Okay, so it would have taken 6 psychic damage. Oh. Well, it would take 6 psychic damage if it wasn't immune to psychic damage.
Here we go again! Whoa.
So the blade hits it, and just like the rest, it does not seem to be affected. Val breaches into your head again. Is like, it seems to be immune to my damage.
Thanks for the warning.
She's going to take an extra step back, and that's her turn. It's the beastie's turn.
Well, shit.
Alright. The Gyno Sphinx. Looking between the individuals that have now just kind of piled onto it, glares more in your and Val's direction. I gotta pull up the prologue thing because I forgot to close it.
It's good enough. It's okay.
There we go. Alright. A voice actually rings out from this beast, and you can hear it almost kind of echo off the canyon walls. I'm here for the stowaways. Nothing more, nothing less. And he's going to attack you.
Oh boy.
Alright. You're going to take 2 claw attacks.
Mm-hmm. That meets a beats.
Take 11 points of slashing damage. That will also meet. You take 15 more points of damage.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
And it doesn't have anywhere to go, so it is going to stay right there. Oh, your AC has +2 because of haste. Would that 15 still have hit?
No, it would not. So add back the 11. I'll do that.
I clicked the undo button. I don't know if it healed you.
It healed me up fully, so
Okay.
I'll just take the 15.
Alright. Yeah, I've got a new fancy doodad that lets me add and subtract health to people a lot quicker, so I can correct that in combat.
Wait, I think I overdid it. I'm mathing here. I'm sorry. 50. Okay, the 50.
You should be see that was
70.
61. Wait, no, what's your full health? 87?
87 because of my
Okay.
blood.
It would have been... God.
72.
Yes. Yeah, 72 is what you should be at. I'll let you add it if you haven't already.
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay. It's end of its turn. Rose is going to bonus action rage. She's a barbarian. And she's gonna try and swing again at the giant Sphinx. 8 is unfortunately gonna swing very wide as she just can't seem to hit this thing. Alright, Ultra Fisk is going to make some attacks at advantage.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Cannot avoid annihilation.
I'm so sorry.
That's technically the first attack. It's not letting me do the normal advantage. Oh, there we go, a natural
The
20.
stars align. Fear their portents.
That will hit, but unfortunately doesn't do as much damage as he was hoping as the Sphinx shrugs off the blow. I will roll in case of 20. Alright, so another hit, also does not seem to land as much. That's the end of his turn, but as a legendary action,
Oh, what?
Sphinx is gonna make a claw attack at Ultra Fisk.
No. So I have a thing.
Yes?
I have Blood Curse of the Eyeless. I can use my reaction to reroll 1 Hemocraft die and subtract the number rolled from a creature's attack roll. This is my new Blood Curse.
Alright, he only rolled a 12, so you might be
Oh,
able
that
to
hit him. Ah. Panic. Oh, I rolled this. I'm panicking. That's a 7. Now for real. Oh,
Okay.
10. Yeah.
Flat 10, that'll miss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oof. So, visualizing.
Just so you know, Ultra Fist AC is 12.
Oh.
These are beginner level adventurers. They are in over their head.
Oh, God. Proceed.
Alright. You managed to save an ally there from taking a pretty hefty blow. Ultra Fisk is gonna... let's see, he just punched, right? Yeah, so it's Dark Witch's turn. Let's see if she's got a spell that will help. Oh, this might do. We're gonna upcast Magic Missile. These blows manage to connect, one after another. Bam, 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 bam. And it seems to actually take some damage from this. Not a lot, but it seems to actually be affected by the spell. They're going to take their time and just move away. And you hear Dark Witch call out, "We got this. Everything's good." Alright, Pop Boy is going to try to attack. Another great club, technically at advantage because of pack tactics. But the swing will miss. Alright, at the end of their turn, another legendary action. They're going to swing at Potboy, and
Oh, no.
17, or I'm sorry, 25 will hit. 16 damage. This blow immediately causes Potboy to reel back. He looks critical.
All right. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to maneuver around here to flank.
All right.
And then, let's see. As a bonus action, I'm going to do Blood Curse of the Marked. So, to the end of my turn, when I hit the creature for weapon that I have an active Crimson Right, I roll an additional Hemocraft die. So it's two. It's going to be a Pike 1d10 plus 2d8. And that's till the end of my... Let me make sure. Until the end of my turn. So I'm going to just... And I don't have to draw blood. That's only if I amplify. So I'm going to attack with advantage. Did I get another die?
You can go ahead and roll it again.
Yeah, in case 20. All right.
First one hits, straight 10 damage, plus...
2d8 fire. That's 11 fire. And then second attack. I don't know why it's...
It is doing a lot of automation. I'm gonna have to tone it down. It's
All
just
right,
auto-rolling.
12 would have missed, but 18 would hit.
Yep.
So 10 piercing, 4 fire. And then it's spoken common, right?
It's spoken common.
I will say, face me. These are mere simple hunters. Fight something worthy. You can see the wounds on you, can't you? And that's going to be the end of my turn.
Alright, well, as if reacting to you, it does. It turns around, and as a third legendary action, it's going to swing at you.
You
Natural
cannot
one.
avoid annihilation.
Does it take any damage from making an attack, or only if it hits?
If it hits, but you said it was immune to psychic?
It is immune to psychic.
Oh, God, it's Heartscar all over again, but yeah. Yeah, I had a plan for this thing, and it's like, nah, immune.
Alright, how many attacks did you make? Just the 2?
2, yeah.
You still have your haste action.
I do! See, I'm like, okay. One more. Rolling again in case 20.
That'll hit.
Alright, I'll roll that damage.
Alright, 9 points of damage plus...
And then 10 more fire.
Alrighty. It is definitely looking a bit bloodied at this point, surprisingly. Your blows seem to be landing just fine against it. There are small cracks forming in it, and you're starting to realize that this is not an actual physical beast. It is made out of a material.
Like a construct.
Alright. That's the end of your turn, right?
Yes.
Alright. Pavilia realizing that all her psychic abilities are kind of worthless here. Let's see what she can actually do. Okay. Yeah, that'll probably work. Alright, so we're gonna take her rapier. Pavilia is actually going to close distance this time, and she is going to cast Booming Blade. That'll hit. It's going to take 7 thunder damage. It's kind of weird formula there. 12. Oh, let me check its features. Oh no, it just straight rolled 7. Okay. Just that formula looks super weird. Okay. And then the actual damage die of alright, 5. I don't think there's an effect for Broomwing. I'll put Distracted on because you do have its attention. Let's see. So yeah, if it moves, it'll take an additional 3d8 thunder damage. That was her full action. She doesn't really have any bonus action options, does she? No. Okay. Alright. Sphinx turn. You are my prey, so you will be coming with me. He's gonna make 2 more attacks at you.
Yep.
13 misses.
Yeah, 17 would
17
still
will
make me
hit.
beat. Oof.
You take 9 more points of slashing damage. And it should be calculating the damage for you.
Oh yeah, it's not doing it for me, but I'm calculating it.
No. Like the system should be doing the damage to you when it rolls. So you shouldn't have to correct anything. I want to make sure you're not adding more damage to yourself.
Oh, I might have. All right. Sorry.
You should be at 63.
Got it.
Yeah. But I've got the chat keeping track of the damage. Alright. Top of the round. Give me a perception check. If you've got your percipient, it'd be an advantage.
Yep. No.
Oh, bad rolls. You hear a very loud sound. Like, not quite like thunder. It's weird. It's reverberating for a moment. You don't directly see anything initially. But, all of a sudden, the rest of the Delvers shout out, something else is here.
Oh, what?
And at the top of initiative, even.
Oh.
A new figure appears. And you hear them speak in a weird modular voice. It's very hard to kind of pin down the sound they're making, but they are speaking in common. And you hear them yell at the Sphinx, Tempora, we had agreed I would get to them first. And you can slightly see the figure now on the other side of the Sphinx. Strange individual, probably about 6 or so feet tall, dressed completely in what looks to be like silver metal armor, with a helmet visor that is completely red. And you watch as they pull out a sword hilt, and it ignites into a blade of radiant fire. They are going to make 3 attacks against the Sphinx. Alright, it's 18 points radiant damage. That will still hit. And all 3 swings hit.
Well, okay.
And as if just by almost like a sudden miracle, you've noticed that this Sphinx has taken several deep blows from this new individual that arrived, and you can see that the Sphinx is starting to look bad. As legendary action, the Sphinx is gonna turn around and target this individual with a claw attack. That's gonna hit. They're going to seemingly phase slightly out of existence as the swing comes by and seems to clip them for a moment, but they seem relatively fine. Sexro is going to come in, try to make an attack at advantage. Oh, it's just not even close. She is swinging wide. She's got the right spirit. Alright, Ultra Fisk is going to attempt to punch some more. That one's gonna hit. For a little bit of damage. It's also gonna hit. Alright, another legendary action. Making a claw attack at the intruder. Wide swing on this one. Let's see. The magic missile from earlier was a nice touch. So we're gonna burn another second level spell slot to attack.
Ooh, very good.
Damage is damage, and this is adding up quick. Alright, Pot Boy's turn. He's gonna make a swing that actually connects.
Well done.
Only doing about 1 point of damage.
Damage is damage.
And he's gonna like, you guys got this. I'll go protect the wagon. Just gonna back off. Sphinx isn't even gonna bother trying swinging at him. You're up.
All right. I'm going to attack. Just attack. Let's see. Roll. Try roll advantage. Come on, 20. Roll in case of 20. Okay.
Plus.
The first one hit. So that's 1d8 this time. Ooh. Wait. Thing not. Did my.
I don't think it rolled the damage. Pull up your weapon and click the damage button on it, and I'll add it.
1d10 plus. I have to like. My brain is like.
If you pull up the pike and pull up its details, there's a button that says damage. You can click
Oh,
that and it'll roll.
It's not going. Yeah, it's not doing it for some reason.
There we go.
Okay, I can re-roll that because
Okay.
of my feat. Ejection. I have to remember getting that in my head again. So that's corrected to, if that was a 2,
10.
so that's 5,
So
10.
total 15.
And then, alright, second strike. To remember I have that thing because I roll like baloney all the time. Alright, still the second strike. Alright.
That'll hit. Good
Ooh.
damage.
It's 12, and then 3 more fire.
3 more fire.
And then my third haste attack. Give me a 20, give me a 20. Alright. So,
Alright. That'll hit. You'll have to roll the damage individually again. I think it's just the rolls are going a little too quick.
that's probably at +3. Alright.
9 plus.
And then 8 fire.
Nice. Okay, so 17 damage.
Correct.
Alright, this thing's looking critical now.
That's my turn.
Alright. Val is, let's see. Now seeing that there's another figure here, is going to kind of glance over to the side for a moment, just kind of see what's happening before conjuring another rapier booming blade attack against the Sphinx. Meets beats.
Nice.
So 11 thunder damage plus rapier damage. Another 10 points of damage. Oh, accidentally targeted her.
Uh-oh.
Top Val back off. There we go. Alright. Yeah. Sphinx is, not looking great. And, not looking happy either. It is going to, look towards this individual who's now surprise attacked it out of nowhere. And is going to shout, we agreed that we would both handle it, but I got here first. Idris does not like intruders into the beast world. That includes you. And is going to make 2 attacks against the traveler. Another phased hit. 12 slashing halved. And another attack. Also gonna hit. Doing a bit more damage this time. Top of the round. This individual who has appeared glances back around the Sphinx in your direction and speaks to you. Take the stone. Take the girl. Go back to your world. You don't belong here. And he's gonna cast Plane Shift on himself and the Sphinx. Which, let's see, I think the Sphinx needs to make a save. Let's see.
Oh, it does. Well, second damage doesn't matter, but yeah.
Uh, 11's gonna fail.
So here's okay. Let me see. The castigation would still be on him. On a failure, the attempt to teleport leave the plane fails.
Alright.
So, it would only mean the giant Sphinx does not teleport.
Would that... Would that work in that instance? I'm trying to think, because it's not the giant Sphinx that's trying to teleport, so...
That's... Okay, Okay. It attempts to teleport or leave its current plane by any means. It takes damage and must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failure, the attempt to teleport or leave the plane fails. That's your call.
I'm going to say, just for prosperity's sake, just because it's not the one actively trying to leave, that the effect wouldn't matter.
Makes sense.
Because both of them disappear in a flash of light. And combat draws to an end.
I'm going to head up to Pavilia. Get the stone ready. Just go.
What What was that? What was that thing?
Sphinx, I've heard things in stories. It's a nasty thing. But we're the stowaways, Pavilia. It something knows we transport here and doesn't like it. We need to leave.
The rest of the Delver crew is getting together, mostly just kind of looking over their Urson companion, who was the only one that took any blow, thanks to you, because you protected Ultra Still earlier, or Ultra Kill, starting to get the names mixed up, and they both, the whole crew is kind of looking in a direction. What are you telling me that thing was after you?
Yes. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to make it right. Me and my goddaughter are going to leave. You tend to your wounds and return back to Litfield.
All right, and well, as long as the thing's gone now. They start accessing the damage to the wagon, and Vilia eventually does drop the haste on you. Let's see, there we go. Oh, not concentrating twice. Clear. Two of them. All right.
I have something and I want to be nice.
Huh?
I have a potion of greater healing. I'm going to toss it over to my Ursine friend here.
Pop boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you target him and use it, it should heal him.
Oh, that's cool. Hang on. All right. This would be interesting. I like this if this works.
You had both of those potions in your inventory last, so I was like, yep, I'll just give that to you.
15.
There it goes. There it goes. Heals him. Yeah, he is back up to, I think, full health. One shy. They do not have a lot. Yeah, he takes the greater healing potion. Is like, oh, this is very good quality. You come prepared.
I used to hunt. I'm sometimes always prepared.
Explains why you held your own against that thing.
I think that other one at least helped. But
Your talk with Pop Boy is interrupted by Pavilia, who speaking very panickedly into your head. Baldwin, I don't know where the stone is. It's not in my bags.
All right. Retrace her steps. Retrace her steps.
She is like frantically searching through her coin purse, her bags, her pockets. She is turning things around. You remember at the bar, she showed you the stone in the bag that she has now turned inside out.
All right. Okay. So. Okay, we're going to search the wagon. We'll head back to Lickfield. We will find it. We'll maybe get someone to help us. Maybe that lady will help us. This is a very important item, and what we've done here.
Need to find it quick and hope that thing doesn't come back.
I'll handle it if it does. If the other one comes up, I'll explain the situation. At least understood we're not supposed to be here. So, they might be able to help us if we can't.
Okay. I'll start looking in the wagon, and Pavilia just immediately leaps into the wagon, just frantically looking around.
Take us back to Litfield.
Okay. We'll do our best. The wagon was pretty banged up after that attack. And they're gonna pile in the wagon and try to very slowly get you back to Litfield. It is not as quick because of the damage that the wagon has taken. It moves at a bit slower pace, but you start to make your way back as the sun is pushing lower towards the horizon. You can more clearly see that massive wall in the distance. As Pavilia eventually comes up to you, he's like, Baldwin, it's not here either.
All right. That woman, Sabine. We'll talk to her. Maybe we can. Maybe someone turned. Maybe it was misplaced. We'll find someone. We'll find someone. Maybe if we can find someone, a wizard or anyone of the Arcana, they'll understand the urgency of this.
Baldwin, are we stuck here?
For now. For now, we'll find a way. We have... Whoever that was spoke to me and told us to leave. If we come across them again, they might be able to help us. They might be able to understand. They were understanding enough to kill whoever that was, whoever that thing was. Well, it's not dead, but...
Pavilia just looks very nervous at this point, kind of shaking, and just kind of sits down on the bottom of the wagon as it slowly trails back to Litfield.
Pavilia, it's not your fault. You were trying to do something right.
We're stuck here now. We wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for me.
Pavilia, I'm going to say this from experience. This is not the first time I've been thrown to another world without having someone after me. I got through it. It's it's something I haven't told, but I know what it's like. And if we at least help these people, they will help us try to get home and stop whatever that Sphinx thing was, if it comes again. And if it does, I will be front. I'm not going to let it get to you. I'll kill that thing next time.
Pavilia just kind of nods a bit more calmly and just kind of leans over against you as the two of you slowly make it back to Litfield, now realizing that you do not have a way home and that you don't know how long it may be if you ever get back. And that's the end of your one-shot.
Well, I think the pressing it did was keeping everyone else alive.
You did a real good job, because Ultra Fist took, I think, 19 damage and put him down to 2 HP.
Yeah,
these are all level 2 adventures at most.
God,
They were not prepared for this. You basically were the saving grace.
Man, I was hoping to get a 20 in because that would turn me into a monster. But also, I know it's a giant Sphinx thing. My brand of castigation, if it was resistant or regular to psychic, I would tear that thing 20 pieces.
Yeah, because then Val could have got sneak attack off. Technically, she could have with the booming blades. I forgot to roll for it, so it's probably a lot lower than it was when it left. She doesn't have a high sneak attack because she's only part rogue.
That's fair. Well,
You excited?
I wonder how
What's happening?
I wonder how the other group is going to be going through this.
Well, they'll get to watch this later.
I mean, there's also that other person I'm not going to reveal that's also in this world. Someone that this goat knows.
Wonder how they got here.
If that's even the right one.
I'll send you something after we're done here. But yeah, that'll wrap us up. And we're right at 2 hours 30 minutes. We'll get this uploaded, and this is episode 0, Prologue to the Beast World campaign. I hope you're ready, because this is what it's going to be like.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm absolutely looking forward to it.